The information in this document is subject to change according to the regulations set out by Citizenship and Immigration of Canada. For more information, please visit cic.gc.ca. This video is intended to be a guide when completing the application. It is the applicant's responsibility to answer questions as they relate to their own individual circumstances. Each person requiring a study permit to come to Canada must complete this form. You must answer all the questions with the asterisk on this application form unless indicated otherwise. If you require more space for any section, print out an additional page containing the appropriate section, complete and submit it with your application. You can also download and fill out the application form on a computer. You also have the option of saving your form and completing it later. Please note, completing the form electronically is easier and reduces the risk of errors that can slow down the application process. This is one of the most important forms for applying for a student visa. Ensure you are providing accurate information. Type your Universal Client Identification Number if known. Otherwise, leave it blank. If this is your first time dealing with CIC, you will not have a UCI. From the list, select the language, English or French, in which you would like to receive service. Type your family name, surname, and your given names, first, second, or more, as it appears on your passport, travel, or identity document, even if the name is misspelled. Do not use initials. Please note, if you do not have a given name or a family name on your passport, travel, or identity document, leave this field blank. Do not enter an asterisk, not applicable, or NA. Check the box to indicate if you ever use any other name. This could include your birth name, maiden name, married name, nickname, etc. If you checked yes, type any other family name that you have ever used. If you checked yes, type any other given name, first, second, or more, that you have ever used. From the list, select your sex, male, female, or unknown. Indicate your date of birth. If your complete date of birth is unknown, please use an asterisk or star to fill in the spaces for the year, month, or day where applicable. Type your city or town of birth. From the list, select your country of citizenship. To be a citizen of a country means that you were either born in that country in most cases or have been granted citizenship by that country. If you have a dual citizenship, select the country that issued the passport you will be using for this trip. From the list, select your country of birth. From the list, select the appropriate information to indicate the name of your country of residence, your country of residence in the country in which you are living, provided that you have been lawfully admitted to that country. Your immigration status in that country, indicate one of the following: citizen, permanent resident, visitor, worker, student, other, protected person, refugee claimant. Other. This section must be completed if you selected Other as a status. The dates, from and to, you've been living in your country of residence. Check the box to indicate whether you have lived in any country other than your country of citizenship or your current country of residence for more than 6 months in the past 5 years. If you checked yes from the list, select the appropriate information to indicate the following. Check the box to indicate if you are applying from your current country of residence. If you checked no, select the appropriate information from the list to indicate. Please note, if you are not a citizen of the country where you are making your application, you must provide proof of your legal status when you submit your application. From the list, choose your current marital status. Enter the date and type the family name and given name of your current spouse or common law partner. Annulled marriage. This is a marriage that is legally declared invalid. An annulment can also be a declaration by the Catholic Church that the marital union did not have a binding force. Common law. This means that you have lived continuously with your partner in a marital type relationship for a minimum of 1 year. Divorced. This means that you are officially separated and have legally ended your marriage. Legally separated. This means that you are married but no longer living with your spouse. Married. This means that you and your spouse have had a ceremony that legally binds you to each other. Your marriage must be legally recognized in the country where it was performed and in Canada. Single. This means that you have never been married and are not in a common law relationship. Widowed. This means that your spouse has died and that you have not remarried or entered into a common law relationship. Please note, if you are a common law union, you must also complete the Statutory Declaration of Common Law Union form and include it with your application. If you are married, you must send a photocopy of your marriage license or certificate with your application. Check the box to indicate whether you have previously been married or in a common law relationship. If you checked yes, provide the following. Provide your spouse or partner's date of birth, if applicable. Type of relationship, common law or married. Dates, from and to, for which you were in the relationship with your previous spouse or common law partner. Don't forget to include their family name and given name. From the list, select your native language or mother tongue. From the list, select English, French, or both as your language of communication. Check yes or no to indicate if you've taken a test from a designated testing agency to assess your proficiency in English or French. If your native language is not English or French, select from the list the language you are most at ease. Type your passport, travel, or identity document number. Make sure there is no space between each number and/or letter. From the list, select the name of the country that issued your passport, travel, or identity document. Enter the date your passport, travel, or identity document was issued, as well as when it will expire. Check the box to indicate if you have a national identity document or if you are a permanent resident of the U.S. with a valid green card. If you checked yes, type the document number exactly as shown on your national identity document. Choose the name of the country or territory that issued your national identity document. Enter the date your national identity document was issued and when it will expire. Also, if you checked yes, enter the date your U.S. PR card will expire. Indicate your current mailing address, where information should be mailed, by typing the following information. Post office box, P.O. box number, if applicable. If you do not indicate the P.O. box, the street number must be provided. Apartment or unit, if applicable. Street number, if applicable. This must be provided if you did not type in a P.O. box. Street name, if applicable. Indicate your city or town. From the list, select the country of your current mailing address, and also indicate your province or state. Indicate your postal code or zip code, and indicate your district, if applicable. Please note, all correspondence will go to this address unless you provide your email address. Check the box to indicate whether your residential address, where you live, is the same as your mailing address. If no, type the following information. Apartment or unit, if applicable, street number, street name, city or town, country, province or state, postal code or zip code, district, if applicable. Check the appropriate box to indicate if the telephone number is from Canada, the U.S., or any other country. Check the appropriate box to indicate if your additional telephone number is from Canada, the U.S., or any other country. Don't forget to specify the type of phone number, residence, cellular, or business. Check the appropriate box to indicate if the fax number is from Canada and the U.S. or any other country. If applicable, type your fax number, including the country code, area, regional codes, etc. Please note, by indicating your email address, you are hereby authorizing transmission of correspondence, including file and personal information, to be sent electronically to you at the address provided. Write the full name of the school as it appears in your acceptance letter. From the list, select your level of study. From the list, select your field of study. Write the complete address of the school, including the following: province, city or town, and address. Write your designated learning institution, DLI, number. Write your student ID number. Write the expected duration of your program of study using the from, to fields. Provide details about the cost of your studies in the following sections: tuition, room and board, other, such as books, transport, or pocket money. Write the amount of funds, money, in Canadian dollars that you have available for your stay in Canada. From the list, select who will be responsible for your expenses in Canada, either myself, parents, or other. If you chose other, indicate who will cover your expenses, such as a relative, a scholarship, or a business. Check the box to indicate if you have any post-secondary education, including university, college, or apprenticeship training. Trade and apprenticeship. Training completed in a specific trade, such as carpentry or auto mechanics. Non-university certificate or diploma. Training in a profession that requires formal education but not at the university level. For example, a dental technician or engineering technician. Bachelor's degree. An academic degree awarded by a college or university to those who completed an undergraduate curriculum. Examples will include a Bachelor of Arts, Science, or Education. Master's degree. An academic degree awarded by a graduate school of a college or university. You must have completed a bachelor degree before a master's degree can be earned. PhD. Highest university degree, usually based on at least 3 years of graduate studies and a thesis. Normally, you must have completed a master's degree before a PhD can be earned. If you checked yes, provide full details of your highest level of post-secondary education. Enter the dates, year, and month you attended the institution, field of study, school or facility name, city or town. From the list, select the country and province or state. Provide details about your current activity or job. Enter the dates, year, and month you've been working at your current occupation, the activity, occupation, or a brief description of your position. If you do not work, describe what you are currently doing, whether you're retired, not working, or going to school. Indicate the name of the company or employer or facility where you work. Provide details of your previous activity or job for the past 10 years. If you are retired, provide the 10 years prior to your retirement. Please note, if you need more space, print out an additional page of the form, complete the section, and submit it with your application. Check the box to indicate if A. You or any of your family members have ever had tuberculosis of the lungs or have been in close contact with a person with tuberculosis within the past 2 years. B. You have any physical or mental disorder that would require social and/or health services other than medication during your stay in Canada. Or C. If you checked yes to any of the above questions, provide details and the name of the family member if applicable. Clear section to erase all information in this section to start over. Check the box to indicate if you have ever A. Remained beyond the validity of your status, attended school without authorization, or worked without authorization in Canada. B. Been refused any visa or permit, denied entry, or ordered to leave Canada or any other country. C. Applied previously to enter or remain in Canada. And D. If you checked yes to one of the above questions, please provide details. Check the box to indicate if you have ever committed, been arrested for, or been charged with or convicted of any criminal offense in any country. If you checked yes, provide details. You may be required to complete Schedule 1 Application for Temporary Resident Visa. Check the box to indicate if you have ever served in any military, militia, civil defense unit, served in a security organization, or police force. If you checked yes, provide your dates of service and the countries where you served. If you checked yes, you may be required to complete Schedule 1 Application for Temporary Resident Visa. Check yes or no to indicate if you have ever been a member or associated with any political party or other group or organization which has engaged in or advocated violence as means to achieving a political or religious objective, or which has been associated with criminal activity at any time. If you checked yes, you may be required to complete Schedule 1 Application for Temporary Resident Visa. Check yes or no to indicate if you have ever witnessed or participated in the ill treatment of prisoners or civilians, looting or desecration of religious buildings. If you checked yes, you may be required to complete Schedule 1 Application for Temporary Resident Visa. Once the application is completed, click on the Validate button located at the top or bottom of the form and print your application form. This will generate a barcode page. See image below. If this application form is completed on a computer and printed, you must place the barcode on the top of your application. Note, this barcode page will not appear if you fill your application out by hand. To validate your form, click on the blue box located on the bottom of page 5 or on the top of page 1. An important note, if you are 18 years of age or older, sign and date in the boxes provided at the bottom of the page. If you are less than 18 years of age, your form must be signed by one of your parents or a legal guardian. Please note, by signing, you certify that you fully understand the questions asked and that the information you have provided is complete, accurate, and factual. If you do not sign and date the application form, it will be returned to you. You only need to sign if you are submitting your application by paper, not online.